Hi guys, how are you doing? This is Sebastian from TechCentury and welcome to probably my most anticipated video for 2015. This is my home office tour for summer of this year. So before we get started, I'll leave a single link in the description below to my website where I have a list with all the items that you see here in this video. So if you have any questions about them or where you can find them to buy, then just click on this link in the description. And also I'll leave a link to a playlist because I covered basically 90 or 95% of the items here in this setup tour separately in other videos, so you'll find those videos on my channel as well. Now, a lot of people always ask me, how do you afford all this stuff? And there's just a simple answer: I work hard, and some of the money that I make I spend on tech. So yeah, simple as that. And now we get started, and you can probably already see the first upgrade that happened since last year. And this is the camera that this is shot by. Also, big thanks goes out to my girlfriend who volunteered to shoot this video, and I hope that this style is better than last year's. And now she's just laughing her ass off behind the camera and shaking, so stop shaking. So anyways, I purchased a new camera, and this is the Sony AX100, and this is a 4K camcorder, which I've been very impressed with. And if YouTube doesn't screw up, then this video should also be in 4K, which is nice as well. So now we'll continue with the camera gear, and here's probably one thing that's very unlikely because this is the W350F, and this is a Samsung point and shoot camera, which I basically just bought for the optical zoom. It isn't that great overall, but of course optical zoom has a big advantage over just digital zoom, which you find on smartphones like the iPhone. So it's not too bad. Also has Wi-Fi built in so that you can share the pictures easily. And then I also picked up another new camera this year, and this is the Panasonic FZ1000, and this is a fantastic bridge camera. So it has a fixed lens, so you can't replace that, but maybe you can see it here, it has actually a range of 25 to 400 millimeters, so it has an incredible zoom, which is fantastic, and also very fast autofocus even at 400 millimeters, so that's great. And of course, the best feature, it has 4K video recording as well, and that all for around 700 to 800 euros, which is a fantastic price. Now, you're probably also wondering what I have right here, and this is the Zoom H1 audio recorder, and this is, I believe, the Audio-Technica ATR 3350 microphone that I'm using, so hopefully syncing will work and I don't have to use the camcorder audio, which would suck. Now, if we continue with my mobile devices, this is the HTC One M7. Basically had it since it was released, so quite an old smartphone by now, but still boom sound speakers are amazing. Get a little bit slow now, and the camera is just horrible, especially compared to the iPhone, but still a very nice backup phone. And then my daily driver ever since it was released is the iPhone 6. Fantastic camera, great speed. Unfortunately, iOS is a lot buggier than it used to be, so hopefully iOS 9 will fix that. Also had some issues with the lightning port because it just sometimes doesn't charge, so I have to get it replaced. And also the front camera moved a bit, so that's pretty bad. But camera and speed are fantastic, and 64 gigs of integrated storage, well, basically because Apple removed the 32 gigabyte option, is also very nice to have. Then moving on to the next mobile device. Here we have the iPad mini 2 with Retina display. So while Retina displays in general are nice, unfortunately the display here on the iPad mini 2 can't really stack up because the colors just aren't there, and it's a little bit dimmer also than other displays like the iPhone 6. So it's a good tablet, but also is a little bit slow because it was released like 2 years ago. But still nice for watching YouTube videos, but not as great as it was when it was first released. So yeah, that's just something to think about. And the speed is the same on the iPad mini 3. They basically just added a gold color option and a Touch ID sensor. So yeah, whatever. And then not last. I actually have one more, but still, this is my workhorse in terms of mobile devices. This is the 15-inch MacBook Pro with Retina display, Core i7 processor, 16 gigs of RAM, which is of course very important for editing videos in Final Cut or also using Motion. And I basically just use this machine when I'm on the go and when I have to edit videos, which doesn't occur too often, but sometimes it does. And then I need a powerful machine, and this is exactly what the MacBook delivers. And I'm just very impressed, and the screen is absolutely amazing. So that's great to see as well. Now, of course, I usually don't have my mobile devices lined up like that, but since I would get a lot of questions what mobile device I use, I also decided to just quickly line them up and then put them back in the drawers later. Here, my last mobile device. This is the Surface Pro 3, which I made an in-depth review of also. And this is just a fantastic device overall. This is the Intel Core i5 version, 4 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs SSD. And I'm just very impressed. Now I use this, for example, when I'm at work and when I don't need a powerful machine like the MacBook Pro, then this just saves a lot of space on the desk, for example, and just for sending and checking emails and things like that, browsing the web, this is perfect. Don't need the touch cover, because why would I pick up a touch or type cover if I have a MacBook which is 10 times better? So for what it is, with the touchscreen, it's an amazing device, but I wouldn't replace my MacBook with the Surface Pro. So this is my main setup, and this is how it usually looks with all the other devices out of the way, of course, because I like it clean and minimalistic. Now, in terms of furniture, the desk itself is called Kelton, and it's from a German store called Trends. So it's unlikely that you'll be able to pick it up in the US or the UK. And I actually bought this desk twice. So the tabletop that you see right here is also behind here to make room for the indirect lighting and things like that. And I also have a 5-meter LED strip behind there that I can actually change the colors, but I usually just have it in this white color. Now below we also have here just drawers from IKEA. Now this is the Mikke drawer, so you can pick that up probably worldwide. And this is also from the Mikke series right here. And then in terms of items that I have here on my desk, I purchased new speakers this year. So these are the Creative T6, which are absolutely spectacular and amazing. I just absolutely love them. We have the volume controller right here, and these also have Bluetooth. So I don't even need to use, for example, my Mac Pro. I can just hook up, for example, my iPad using Bluetooth, which is nice as well. And you can also even swivel the top speaker, even though that doesn't really do much, to be honest. So anyways, here also a very small item, but quickly it has become one of my favorite. So this is a 6-port USB charger by a company called Vlutz. Yeah, whatever. So this is a great charger. I actually had a different one before, and that made weird noises when I connected my HTC One. But this one is absolutely perfect. It has a little indicator light as well. And this is just absolutely easy to charge my devices. In terms of monitors, I here use 3 AOC i2369 VM monitors. You'll have seen them last year, and I actually wanted to upgrade because they are only 1080p IPS monitors, which are great. But if you work a lot with text like I do, because I'm an editor, the resolution just isn't really that great. And if you're just working with text, it's not the best solution. So I wanted to upgrade to WQHD monitors. I actually did that to the Dell U2515H, which I reviewed here on the channel. Fantastic monitor, but I had some bad luck with technical difficulties and issues, so I had to return them. So now I'm here on the AOX. Maybe you guys have any recommendations which better monitors I should pick up, then please leave them down below the like button in the comment section. That would be great to hear. Maybe 2 ultra-wide 34-inch LG monitors, I'm not quite sure. Maybe you guys have a better solution. And powered is this all by my late 2013 quad-core Mac Pro, which I basically have ever since it was released and was one of my best tech investments to this day, because it's just a fantastic machine overall. And yeah, my girlfriend said that I should pick up the Mac Pro instead of an iMac, and that was the right decision. Also, Adam said that from Mr. Tybox123, so I also have to add that. Now, the Mac Pro is a quad-core version, D300 dual GPUs, also 16 gigs of RAM, and the 250 gig SSD, which isn't really big enough, but we'll get to a solution now. So this is my TV right here, and we actually have below this the previous generation of Kallax, also from IKEA. Now it's called Kallax, so yeah, I can make those cheap things just away because I don't need them anymore. No, I didn't throw them on the desk for my girlfriend, so she'll stab me later. So here we basically have the solution for my Mac Pro issue, if you want to call it like that, with the storage. because this is the HR2 by Lexar, and I also did a review of this. This basically is an external Thunderbolt 2 card reader for 3 SD cards. It also has a storage module with 250 gigs right there, and perfectly filmed by my girlfriend as well, so that's great. Also an Asus router right there, which I never hooked up, to be honest. I purchased it and never hooked it up. I wanted to have a dedicated Wi-Fi for the office, but I never did that. Then we have my Xbox One controller, Sony TV remote, some Blu-rays, some of them still boxed and I never opened them. And then we have some Xbox games, so we have GTA 5, WE2K14, I believe, 15, Rise and Forza 5. We have the Mionix Nash 20 headset, which is fantastic. And then of course the star of the show right here. This is the Sony 50-inch W656 LED TV. It's full HD, might look into a 4K TV sometime soon, especially for just watching my own content in 4K, which would be nice. But so far I haven't found another TV that matches this whole entire setup as well as this one. And all of these 2014 4K TVs look pretty ugly in my opinion. So again, if you have a recommendation in terms of TV, then gladly leave it in the comments. I'm always looking for recommendations. But this TV is just fantastic, especially for gaming, because it has a VA panel, I believe. So it has very deep blacks and a very fast response time, much better than IPS. And yeah, it's just fantastic. In terms of Xbox One that I have connected, that you'll see later because it's all across the room on the other side. I'm back into Titanfall again, so yeah. And other games are the Pro Evolution Soccer 2015 demo, because I never really came around to purchasing it. FIFA 15 is a game that I play a lot. WE2K15 I didn't really play much. And if we just take a look at the other games that I have here in my library, we have UFC by EA Sports, which is a great game. Forza Horizon 2, that's just the demo. And yeah, Madden, I think I played that once because it was for free. Need for Speed Rivals, same. So yeah, I mainly play Titanfall and FIFA, and that's basically it. So we'll get back here. So now we've moved over to my new setup, which you won't have seen last year. And this is my gaming setup now. Before I had just the white tabletop by IKEA here as like a review table. But now this is my gaming setup, which I really enjoy, so that was a great investment. Also here we have some of my model cars. Some of them I had for like 10 years, and now I purchased a few new ones. So we have like the DB9 from the James Bond movie, the Murcielago, the Corvette, Porsche from Le Mans, also new Peugeot from Le Mans, and then we have the Huracan, police vehicle, and also the Camaro, which is my favorite. Someday I want to own a Camaro, so that's kind of the motivation, even though I don't want to sit in like a police Camaro, which I have to admit. So yeah, we'll see about that. But this is, wait, I'll quickly talk about the furniture so that I can get the post-its out of the way. So this is the Alex Element by IKEA, and this is also a tabletop by IKEA, but this is not a desk tabletop, which is important. This is a kitchen countertop, and it has the name, wait, Eckbacken. So yeah, you should also be able to find this basically everywhere. And it was important to me that this was a kitchen counter tabletop, because this Area 51 gaming PC is incredibly heavy. So just these tabletops, the regular ones for the desk, aren't really that stable from IKEA. So this is the new setup. Again, this is the Area 51 from Alienware. Now a lot of people will say, well, why didn't you build your own machine? And I know building my own machine would have been cheaper, but actually because I got a fantastic deal on the Alienware, it would have only been 100 euros cheaper to get the same components. It has a 6-core Intel-Core i7 processor, 16 gigs of DDR4 memory, also a 500 gigabyte SSD now that I upgraded myself, and we also have a GTX 970. Now yeah, now here come all the, well, 4 gigs is just 3 gigs of video RAM jokes. Still, this graphics card that's in here for me currently is more than enough. I currently, for example, play Wargame Red Dragon, which is a fantastic strategy game. I can just highly recommend it. And for those games, it's even enough at 1440p. So For me, the graphics card is good enough, but of course this processor gives me a lot of room to upgrade in the future, maybe to a single or even dual GTX 980 Ti, which were announced after I picked up the Alienware. So I think this is a great case. I absolutely love the design with the lighting zones all around. Also has a DVD drive on the front, as well as a card reader, which is of course important for editing videos as well. And again, I'm not using this only for gaming. I might also use this for editing, so this is why the Intel Core i7 6-core processor is also very important. And I think if I really pair this up with dual GTX 980 Ti's, then this will be an absolute beast. Now, in terms of other items here on the desk, we have my Creative T3 speakers. So usually I had them on my main setup, but now they are here on my secondary setup, and still these speakers are fantastic. I just picked up the Crosair K70 gaming keyboard, which is one of the best gaming keyboards that you can pick up, of course mechanical. I have the Cherry MX brown key switches here on them. And then we also have this very nice 1440p Acer monitor. It has a very long name, but it is called the 7 series in the US at least. I'll leave a specific number, which it is, like the model number, again also on my website, which you can find below in the description. Fantastic 1440p IPS monitor. Yes, IPS isn't as good for gaming as TN, but I just prefer the color accuracy and also the viewing angles as well. I know a lot of people will ask me, where do I have this desk setup from, or the desktop setup I should rather say. So this is a rain meter skin. So the wallpaper is just a standard Alienware wallpaper, and this is a rain meter skin. Not quite sure of the name, but I'll also leave just a description here in the description of this video with the name. And this is just very nice because it shows me the current weather in my hometown, and also things like how much storage is used, and so on, RAM and all that stuff, how much CPU is used, so that's great as well. In terms of mouse, I use the Mionix AVOIR 7000. You can also customize the color lighting. Oh yeah, this is the RGB version as well, so I can just customize the lighting to whatever I like. Same here with this mouse, which is great. The Rocket Revo mousepad, which is fantastic as well. And then something that's maybe out of the line a little bit, but you won't believe how convenient these power outlets are right here. So that's also very important for charging other devices. And that's basically it in terms of the setup right here. Then we have my Xbox One actually behind here. Now everybody knows how an Xbox One looks, so nothing too exciting about that. But yes, I have an HDMI cable running all around the room to the TV, and yeah, that's just out of the way, and it works perfectly fine. Also, basically one of the last items that I'm going to show you today is here another IKEA drawer, and this is the mom, last cheat sheet right here. And this is great because, as you can see right here, my entire Manfrotto tripod with the 502 fluid head fits in here. So this is a huge tripod with a huge tripod head, and it fits in here, and it's absolutely perfectly stored, so that's also quite important. And for all the other stuff that doesn't fit into this, I just have a little bit of space right there, where I have, for example, my camera, big slider, and things like that. Here we just have some printers, the Samsung one, and then the Brother one. This, of course, also has a scanner integrated. Both are crap, to be honest. So please, if you have any recommendations about a printer that works, leave them in the comments again. I've tried Samsung, Brother, HP, they all suck. So yeah, maybe I have to go for Kyocera or whatever. But that also basically wraps up my home office tour for this year. Now, for those of you who know me, you're probably also aware that I'm always changing something about my setup. So it's likely that this won't stay the same because, again, I'm looking for new monitors here for the triple monitor setup, and I might also think about replacing the TV. But so far, I'm very happy with the setup, except for those two aspects. And I'm just looking forward to what you guys have to say in the comment section down below. And I hope that you liked the video as well. Again, a big thanks goes out to my girlfriend. I think this style of setup tour should be more entertaining than if I'm just behind the camera. So yeah, again, thanks for watching. I hope that you can subscribe to the channel to watch many more videos of mine here in the future, many more reviews and other setup related gaming and other content. So thanks, see you next time, hopefully.